Good morning, family. Welcome to another episode of The Purpose Experience. Today is another day to live out my purpose and to give it 120%. Come on, say it with me. Today is another day to live out my purpose and to give it 120%. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening for whenever you are watching this. I hope that you are feeling just simply amazing and grateful to be here. Come on, we already know. We have to be grateful and enjoy the little things. When we express gratitude, studies show that we simply just live a happier life. And that's what we want for all of us. So go ahead, write it in the chat. What on today, are you grateful for? Absolutely, absolutely. I hope everyone is feeling well. We're going to get right to it because I have to take a kid to the bus stop, all right? So let's go ahead to our scripture for today. It will be Lamentations chapter 3, verse 19, coming from the Message version of the Bible. I'll never forget the trouble, the utter lostness, the taste of ashes, the poison I've swallowed. I remember it all. Oh, how well I remember the feeling of hitting the bottom. But there's one other thing I remember. And remembering, I keep a grip on hope. How many know we have to keep a grip on hope and keep it going even through the tough times? Hold on, let me see something. Even through the tough times. Absolutely. So let us go ahead. Let me see something real quick. We're going to lift up a prayer again for our women, and our men in the prison system that simply just need a word of encouragement. So we know what we do on this side and praying for them will get straight to them through the Lord. And we want to encourage them and to still walk in their purpose and work on what they can. And even while in the prison system, we also want to pray for their families that are affected by that. Good morning, Miss Lashia. And so we want to focus on that, as well as y'all say a quick prayer for Rita. She's heading to come back to Delaware, but she overslept. So hopefully she doesn't miss her plane. Say a quick prayer for Rita. Let us go straight ahead into our topic for today. Now, I know this isn't going to pertain really to any of my purpose experiencers that are with us, have been doing this journey since the beginning of the year, because y'all done got right. So I know this ain't going to occur to y'all, but share this out with a friend so that they can really think about this. And the question is, are you the issue? And I thought about how oftentimes a lot of people say, well, my circle is small, or I had a falling out with this friend, or I don't really fool with a lot of people, or they done done me wrong, so I keep to myself. And I hear that all the time, but I never meet the people that had the falling out. Does that make sense? I never meet the people that were dismissed. I never hear from the people that accept responsibility and say, well, maybe I'm the issue. So my question today is, are you the issue? Are you the common denominator when friendships and relationships fall out? Because if so, we have to look at some things and see what's really going on within you. So then the question is, are you always falling out with other people? Are your friendships always quickly ending? Are you always in an argument or miscommunication with your family, and it seems like no one's ever in your corner? Does someone always do something to betray you? Always? Always? Is it always the other people? Because if you find yourself saying that often, well, they did this to me and I didn't like this. If there's always a chance that you're in conflict with people, we have to really look at that. And what we want to see, this sunlight is getting me good. What we want to see is, let me twist it a little. Does this work? Oh, no. Oh, the sun is just shining. I'm going to let it be the glory of the Lord. Y'all can still kind of see me. We're going to go with it. How do you communicate with others? Good morning, Doretha. So We got to think about the fact that when we're often in conflict, when we have trouble on the job with our coworkers, we have problems at home, we have problems with friends, even long-term friends, always in and out, y'all up and down. One day you're friends, one day you're not. We have to look at what part do you play in this. Let me know if y'all having trouble. It's a little sunshiny. Let me see if I can twist because I want y'all. Hold on. There we go. Woo! Okay. So if you're always having conflict with people on the job, in the church house, in your family, you want to look at how do you communicate, right? Are you the one? Now I know this thing, none of the people that's been on here since January, but are you the one always cussing and fussing somebody out, rolling your eyes, getting ready to fight and take it to the streets? I know that's not y'all. I know that's not y'all. But you got to look at it because if you're often the common denominator, if you're often seeing that your relationships just aren't working, friendships, relationships, all of that, you want to think about, well, wait, is it me? Is it something that I am doing that is offending others? And again, I always meet the people that say, well, I had to let them go, but I never meet the ones who have offended or got kicked to the curb. No one ever accepts responsibility for what's really going on. So again, are you the issue? And you want to look at how do you address conflict? A lot of times addressing conflict can be, good morning, Miss Wendy, complicated because when we feel as though we're in the right, when we feel as though someone has offended us, or simply when we want to get our point across, woo, we go to bat for that point, right? And sometimes it's because maybe we feel superior to the other person. Sometimes we feel like, well, they don't know what they're talking about. So, and remember, when we get in arguments with people, when we get that angry, a part of our brain literally shuts off and we go into go mode, fight, flight, or freeze mode. And typically in that fight mode, we're saying things off the chain. We're rolling eyes. We're telling people, well, you can go to where the sun don't shine, like, right? And the question is, can you address conflict more peaceful? Because all in all, these are people that you are in connection with, that you love, that you care about. So there is a way to address conflicts in a cordial, in a peaceful, in a non-confrontational manner. It takes a lot of control because when we want to get our emotions up, if you notice, you may get warm in your body. You get pretty upset. You may feel your fists tightening. It's a lot of things that happen when we are in conflict and full of emotions. And the key is when you feel that happening is when you just don't talk. Walk away, go cool yourself down because you can't address conflict when you're that revved up and on go mode. And I think this is why a lot of people don't accept responsibility because you don't see yourself at fault when you're saying things that you wouldn't say in the church house. I hope not. When you're saying things that you wouldn't say unto the Lord or that he wouldn't want to say to you. So again, are you falling out with others all the time? And if so, how are you addressing conflict within your life? And one thing because we talk all the time about how important it is to have a support network. But if you're this person that is always in conflict, losing friends, your relationships aren't that sturdy, you want to take the time to reflect and look in and say, okay, I know I need my support system because other things in this world, other stressors are going to come up against me, but maybe I'm the one pushing them away. In a good way, and I had to do this for myself. I had to ask the people closest to me, how are you experiencing me? And it really takes a brave and vulnerable person to ask that because I got some pretty tough critiques back, but I didn't look at it as they were trying to tear me down because they're my support network. So I would think, good morning, Rita. Rita, you're supposed to be rushing to the airport. How is you on here? I didn't think that they were trying to tear me down. I took it as a moment of growth for me. And for some of us, it is time to grow. Maybe you are the issue. Maybe you are the one causing conflict and miscommunication within relationships. So ask those people around you, how are you experiencing me? How can I do better to show up in this relationship? What are my trigger points to where you feel you can approach me and that communication with me is not easy. These are the tough questions we have to ask in order to grow as better people, as better communicators, and to be in better and happier relationships with others. So when I asked them how they were experiencing me, well, Levante had to do a slight attitude adjustment because since I did have that, and we've talked about this, that need for control, it did not come off pleasant to other people to where they felt as though there was kind of a wall up. And I didn't want that. So I want you to ask people around you. This is what you do today. This gonna be your growing point right here because we are walking in purpose and we don't have time for the things of the old. Here is the question. How are you experiencing me? Ask those closest around you that question and see where it takes you. Oh, look at this. The teenager then awoke. Come on, get moving, get moving. How are you experiencing me and what could I do better to within our relationship? All right, share this video out. Soon as Rita gets off the plane, we are heading to New York to the conference. I'm so excited. Y'all pray because I just know the Lord is going to do something exciting. And y'all know whatever I download or take from it, I am going to share with you guys. I love you. Have a beautiful weekend. A happy Memorial Day. Bye, guys.